Hey, how's it going, plant-based runner? Coach Kyle here. And as part of the request to join the Plant-Based Runners Unite group, I always ask for a struggle that you might be experiencing. And the one I want to address today is they simply put fueling for longer runs. So I want to just briefly, quickly go over how I fuel and how I recommend other runners and my clients fuel for longer runs. And let's say the scenario is it's it's the morning. You woke up and you're gonna go for a 2-hour run in an hour or so. So how I would go about this is I would well, the coffee's already made because I have an automatic coffee machine and it's the best thing ever. So I start with a cup of coffee, and I would probably have 1 cup of oatmeal, and I just do a cup of oatmeal, 1 cup of the Silk cashew and almond milk with 10 grams of added pea protein. So I'm getting in the entire bowl would be maybe about 400 or 500 calories, I think, depending on what if I put some nuts or some fruit on top, whatever. And I have that and some coffee. And then maybe 30-60 minutes later, I would probably have a banana or an apple or something right before the run. And then if it's a 2 or 3 hour run, I would probably eat about 100 calories an hour. So if I had a banana right before the run, I would probably have something, at an hour, and then 2 hours in, assuming I have maybe another hour, 30 minutes left, whatever. That 100 calories per hour suggestion is kind of my go-to when it comes to longer training runs. But for my marathons, for ultras, I usually go for 200 calories per hour. And then kind of as I approach or get closer to the race, I'll usually start fueling more specifically like I would during the marathon. And one of my kind of go-to calorie sources is maple syrup. Maple syrup, I have a flask. It's just palm sized. Fits right in here, and that holds 300 calories. So that's a fantastic fuel source. I hate using the individual plastic wrapped gels. They kind of cut the side. If I like squeeze it, and it kind of cuts the size of the side of my lips a little bit, and I hate using that single time use plastic. So the nice thing about the maple syrup is it comes in. You could buy a pretty good sized jug of it. I also love pancakes, by the way, but as a running fuel source, I'm not using a bunch of single-use plastic. The jug is recyclable. I wonder, it's probably cheaper per 100 calories than gels, because most gels are $1.50 each. This you can get. It would not be hard to figure out, but I bet it's cheaper per 100 calories than most gels are. And it's not wasteful because I'm reusing a little flask that holds 300 calories. So that's usually kind of how I recommend runners and my clients kind of go about their long run fueling. And then afterwards, I usually come home and I drink a pint, two cups of the Silk protein milk with the added pea protein, and then maybe 30-60 minutes later I have a legit meal. So that's kind of how the hour before and after and everything in between a hard workout or a long run typically goes for me. Questions or comments, suggestions, drop them below, and as always, you keep running, I'll keep coaching.